Hi everybody, my name is Mary Glass. I am the chair, the CEO and Chief Visionary Officer for Milwaukee Professionals Association LLC. I am also the coach and Chief Visionary Officer for MPA Candidates Caucus Network. Today I am here, Christmas Day, December the 25th, the gift giving day. And this is our gift giving as it relates to the city of Milwaukee. It has to do with, folks, December 17th, 2015. There was an announcement, a very historic and needed announcement. That announcement was given by Director Ronald Davis. He is the director of the COPS program that is out of the U.S. Department of Justice. What is the COPS program? Community-Oriented Policing Services. And the probe is to look at wrongdoing, or better still, it's called practices, patterns of the Milwaukee Police Department. And there are many. There are many that are pros and cons, but too many that are con. Unnecessary, profiling, racial-oriented, discriminatory, abusive, and have placed such a name that they are terrorists. Yes, terrorists. Feared by those they should not have fearing them. So today, what we are here to do is to announce that MPA LLC will join those who wish to provide leadership, coaching, follow-up, information sharing, referral, research, background, storytelling about the police department here in the city of Milwaukee. And we want to go back to Harold Breyer and the days of the terrorist acts of that gentleman. And I'm being very nice with the word gentleman, because that man was not a gentleman. He was vicious, mean-spirited, and even the mayor then walked and tipped around him. So you know what that meant for those of us who were seemingly in the crosshairs, always in a negative, brutal fashion. But it isn't just Harold Breyer. It is Harold Breyer to today. And if they're going to look at how we can change and make the police department a police department supported by all, they must work with all. And it cannot be a double standard, folks. It cannot be profiling, folks. It cannot be the demonizing and taking advantage of because you have the upper hands, folks. It cannot be just the police department. It must be the citizenry, yes, the citizenry as well. But not just the police department and the citizenry. It must be the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. Because we have jokers and all. Yes, jokers. People who misuse power. People who think because they're in office one way or another, whether it is elected appointed, hired, or donor for hire, that they take liberties. But there are no exemptions here. If we are to have a police department, a law enforcement branch, it must work with and for the people. And it cannot be one standard when it comes to Caucasians. Yes, Caucasians. And another standard when it comes to African Americans. We must work together. We must clear the docket of the anesthetized cancer of hatred, hate, fear, and dislike that has grown so that it has morphed into where people are literally murdered. African Americans are literally murdered, and then the murderer is allowed to get away with some of the standard changes that need to be made by a legislator of resisting arrest, for example, or supposedly pointing something at a law enforcer, and that automatically means 13, 14, 10, 9, whatever you name it, reload the gun and empty it again. How many times? I'm not sure why we have to have so many times, but it isn't seen when Caucasians, who, by the way, break the law much more than African Americans, but somehow, they can point, twirl, yell, curse, hit, but they don't get one bullet. African Americans get multi, and then it's lied and said this and that. That goes on also in the courts, in the DA's office. It has gone too far, and we are glad that the U.S. Department COPS program through the U.S. Department of Justice is with us. Now, we must do our part. We're not going to sit idle and wait for them to do it. They are visiting. And like visitors, let's treat them like visitors, but also welcome visitors. And they are here to do a job. The first 6 months we will get after that a report. We're not going to let this go past the embryonic stage and not have done due diligence. So I call upon you, each and every last one of you, no matter what color you are, if you are within the confines of the city of Milwaukee, if you care about the city of Milwaukee, if you wish to have an exemplary police department, then we must stand firm in solidarity and call upon all who matter, and that's everybody. That's everybody to the table and document, suggest, recommend, plan, and create a difference. Because what we have now is all about money, 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 too much money, and doing nothing with the money. Change of the money we need. This is our highest budget item. Excuse me. We can do better than this. So, folks, this is Mary Glass. As you know, my purpose is to serve, and that is what I will do in this process. The probe of the U.S. Department of Justice with Director Ronald Davis and his research team, as well as my fellow Milwaukeeans. who see the benefit and will seize this opportunity. We'll be back. Thanks for listening. I'm Mary Glass, and I agree with this message. Thanks for listening.